Some boys take a beautiful girl and hide her away from the rest of the world. I want to be the one to walk in the sun. Oh, girls, they want to have fun. Oh, girls just want to have. That's all we really want.
And what we want, Laramie County, is for you to join us for episode 5 of Candidate Carpool Karaoke. And joining us in the front seat this week,
my friend, Jane France.
And how did you guys know each other?
Leanne and I worked together several years ago in a private firm.
Yeah.
Oh, awesome.
Yep, exactly. So Jane is a lawyer.
I am.
Don't hold that against her or us.
Or any of us.
Or any of us. I am. And Leanne, why did you first want to go into law?
I didn't. I actually wanted to be a filmmaker, which is funny given that we're
filming right
now. Yeah, making dreams come true right here. My dad was a lawyer, and he was kind of like the traditional, what you see on TV lawyer, which didn't initially appeal to me. So after I got married, I worked for a corporation, and every lawyer was like the CFO, the CEO, mergers and acquisitions. And I realized, a law degree is actually really flexible.
The thing about it is you can do so much with it. You can be a lawyer. You don't have to be a lawyer. And it's really good. It's
a good foundation.
For a lot of things.
Yeah, like when I worked with you, the firm did civil practice.
Civil law. Yeah.
Right, not criminal. And, there's a slight overlap every once in a while, but it's amazing what you can do with a law degree.
Yeah, it really is.
Yeah, nobody's asked me that question thus far.
Huh. Well, knowing all that and all the different experiences you've had with your law degree, would you do it again? Would you go back to
law school?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, in a heartbeat. I loved law school.
Did you really?
Did you? Not?
I don't think so. I don't know. I've kind of blocked it out.
The one person that liked law school is in this car.
Yes, I loved law school. I was so excited to go. Now, I was not number one in my class, which is fine.
Totally fine.
Because there's only one number one. Lots of people in the class.
But it's interesting because depending on your personality, your interests, your skill set, you kind of navigate where you belong. And when I was in law school, I did a clinical program and found out, I really like working with people. Even people whose lives are a train wreck. And I decided, maybe I do want to be the more traditional trial lawyer type thing. Yeah. And I've decided that that's for me, that's where I belong.
See, and I think one of the cool things about these candidate carpool karaoke's is that you get asked questions of things people wouldn't necessarily know about you. And I think people really appreciate that you...
It's not the traditional, here I am, this is what I'm going to do, this is what I'm going to tell you. I mean, this is really kind of cool.
Yeah.
I think people really appreciate that you share details about your life and, tell us what you could do if you could turn back time.
If I could
turn back time.
If I could turn back time, if I could find a way, I'd take back all those words that hurt you, and you'd stay. I don't know why I said the things I said. I don't know why I said the things I said. Rise like a knife that can cut deep inside. Words are like weapons, they wound sometimes.
Do you know what? I'm disappointed. If I could turn back time, I'd, make sure I got my bodysuit, my glitter bodysuit out of the dryer for today.
A la Cher, 1989.
Yeah, a la Cher, 1989.
I could never rock it like Cher rocks it.
Oh my gosh.
That is a confident woman.
She's a beast. Yeah.
Wow. Well, speaking of turning back time, Leanne, if you could give younger Leanne some advice on anything, what would it be?
Ooh, this is good.
My advice to younger me would be, you can do all of the things that you want to do. You can achieve your goals. You just don't have to try and do them all at one time. And I think especially for women, because, we've got a shelf life in terms of having children. So when I graduated from law school, I was 30. and wanted to have kids, but also was just starting my career, and that's a really hard balance to strike.
Completely.
And so I would just go back and say, it's okay.
Well, and we've listened to some power 80s ladies.
Yes.
And
love them.
what you just said reminds me of something the notorious RBG, Ruth Bader Ginsburg,
yeah.
has said, which is that you can have it all, just not all at once. And once
That's
you
good
shift
advice.
your focus and really focus on doing one thing at a time, that when you look back over the course of your life, you do have it all.
Right.
Just in different seasons, which is really cool.
And there is time to do stuff. When I went straight from undergrad to law school, and I thought my life was going to end if I didn't get into law school right away. Great, I did it, I'm done, but gosh, you could take advantage of the time. You don't have to do everything at once.
Exactly.
It's a good lesson. And I would tell myself that now, if I could.
Oh, I agree. Take the time. You don't have to be on the treadmill constantly. You can take breaks to walk.
Exactly.
Well, we've had 2 power ballads from awesome 80s ladies.
Yes, love them.
Speaking of ladies, has there ever been a woman district attorney in the state of Wyoming before?
There has not.
Really?
Yeah, so it's curious because the only 2 district attorneys are Casper and Cheyenne. And to my knowledge, they've never been, the elected position has never been held by a woman. So this is an historic race for Cheyenne, kind of like our mayoral race.
Right.
Oh, yeah.
2 ladies are running.
And in this campaign, there are 2 women candidates. So, assuming that everything goes the way we think it will now, there will be a woman district attorney for the first time in the state of Wyoming.
That is awesome.
Yeah, which is cool.
So awesome. The Year of the Woman, also 2 women running for governor.
Yeah.
This year.
Oh, yeah, that is true.
Which is awesome.
Yeah.
So they say it's the Year of the Woman across the country. Wyoming has been ahead of that curve for a long time.
Nellie
Esther
Taylor
Hobart
Ross.
Morris,
Nellie Taylor
yep.
Ross,
Nellie
yep.
Taylor Ross. But yeah, it's interesting. And obviously there are women who work as prosecutors in Wyoming, but the difference between a county attorney and a district attorney in Wyoming is set by statute. So once your population reaches 50,000, then your county attorney's office breaks off and they just are a county attorney, and all of the criminal prosecution is done by the district attorney.
And how many of those DAs are in Wyoming?
So just 2, Casper and Cheyenne.
And everybody else is a county attorney.
Everybody else is county attorney, where criminal and civil happen in the county attorney's office. But here in Casper, the county attorney does all the civil litigation, like Title 25 commitments. They represent the county commissioners, the sheriff's office, the jail, and then the DA's office does criminal prosecution.
Sure.
Yeah.
LA for DA.
Yes, like
LA
the
for
shirt
DA.
says.
LA for DA.
LA for DA. I feel like the prosecutor's office is where I belong. Having done a lot of different things in my legal career, I
Lots
feel
of
like
experiences.
yeah. I feel like that's where I should be.
Everything I know about you, from working with you to being a friend to seeing your work in the criminal arena, I think you're cut out for it. I think you belong there.
That reminds me of a song.
80s ladies,
Love the power ballads.
big hair.
Many times I tried to tell you, many times I cried alone. Always unsurprised how well you cut my feelings to the bone. Don't wanna leave you reeling, I've invested too much time to give you up that easy to the doubts that complicate your mind. We belong to the light, we belong to the thunder, we belong to the sound of the words we've both fallen under.
And Laramie County, we belong to you.
Right here.
We're
Laramie
working
County.
for you.
If you want to ride in the car, just send us a message. You can ride shotgun.
You can drive, you can be in the back seat, and hey, this weekend we're going door to door in Eastridge. We hit Burns and Carpenter last weekend, so if you want to
Yes.
join us this weekend, 8:30
Yeah,
a.m.
we're meeting in the Gold's Gym parking lot right there on Pershing. We're going to meet at 8:30, and then we're going to go canvassing door to door in Eastridge. So
And if you ride in Candidate Carpool Karaoke, you get to pick the songs, which is really fun.
You get to pick the music,
and you feel like you belong in the car.
right here.
Now there's no turning back when you say we belong to the light, we belong to the thunder, we belong to the sound of the words we've both fallen under.
We'll see you next week, Laramie County. Thanks
Bye.
for joining us.